So let's begin sitting in swastikasana once again. Bring the feet under your knees. Descend the flesh of the buttock and roll the shoulders back and down. Now as you look straight forward, pick a spot that's about the height of your eyes, right? So look straight out in front of you at the level of your eyes and soften your eyes. And as you look straight forward, relax your gaze. So what that means, don't try and hard focus on anything. Relax your gaze and become aware now of the crown of your head. So it's sort of this very pointy part of your head right here on the very top. Feel how the crown of the head lifts up and the tailbone lengthens down. Feel how those two pieces of you lengthen away from one another. And then as you do, bring the hands together at the center chest and close the eyes. And once the eyes are closed, soften the face and soften the muscles around the eyes so that you can feel the skin of your face relaxing, even around the mouth and the jaw. Breathe in and out through the nose. And we'll begin with the sound of Om 3 times, all together. Become aware again of the crown of the head and the tailbone lengthening away from one another. And then with your exhale, release the head downward towards the center chest. So, honoring that space inside where that sound of Om resonates from. Then release the hands with the palms up. Bring the head up with the eyes closed. And then open the eyes. All right, so we're going to start standing again today. So this being the third class in a series of beginners classes, you're already going to see that we're just adding on. It's the same class. We're adding on little bits and pieces as time goes on. So today, we'll add on a few things. But also today, I want to just be able to kind of go through the poses and experience them without too much instruction so that you just get a chance to practice, right? So if you want more instruction, you can find them in previous classes and probably in future classes. But today, let's just practice, and I'll give you a little information with some practicalities as we go, okay? So be in Tadasana. Spread through the mouths of the foot, lift through the knees. And again, just like when we were sitting, feel how the tailbone lengthens down, and the press of your heels will help that. And the crown of the head lifts up. So there's an elongation deep inside. Then bring the palms together once again. Interlock your fingers. We're taking Badanguliasana. So turn the palms forward, squeeze the elbows to straight, and now inhale and lift the arms up out of the waist. Relax the neck, elongate further and more, and then bring the arms forward and down. Change the crossing of your fingers. And again, other side. Spread the palm towards the ceiling, keep the heel bones down, and lengthen from deep inside. And then take the arms forward and down. So I said I was going to give you some information with some practicalities. Now I know with Bhatanguliasana, with this stretch of your hands, for a lot of people that's very difficult. Doesn't mean don't do it. It means touch it, and if you cannot withstand it at first, that'll change for the most part. But if it's an issue, have a foam brick, and we'll do this because this is also relevant. You have a foam brick, you place your palm flat on the short edges of that foam brick. The heel of your hand should be on, the base of your fingers should be on. It doesn't matter so much if the fingertips are on, but keep your fingers together. So that then you present that block straight out in front of your shoulders. Of course, keep the legs awake. Press the small finger side of your hand a little more and observe, that'll turn the upper arm bone out. Now imagine you're trying to reach the block forward a little bit. So in other words, I press the small finger side of the hand, the upper arms turn out, but then I'm also trying to reach the brick forward and the upper shoulder blades broaden, this region. So I'm going to begin with them not broadening, but then I reach forward and you see some broadness comes. I hope you see that. Then from there, inhale and lift the block overhead and lengthen from deep inside. So what this allows is it teaches the turn of the upper arm, the broadness across the collarbones, and the relaxation in the base of the neck with the arms overhead without any strain in your palms or your wrists. And then release that forward and down. So that's an option for Bhatanguliasana. Now, go ahead and instead of just setting that brick aside, have two bricks. I don't care if they're foam or wooden bricks right now. Turn them on tall. And we're going to use the bricks in our standing poses. A couple of the beginning standing poses, we're going to use bricks. We're going to get rid of bricks. And then that leaves you with the information so that you can figure out if you need the bricks or not in this standing work. Okay, so in these poses, come to Tadasana. Then inhale, jump the legs wide apart. Of course, if you have injuries, you step. Now look at your feet, see that the toes point forward, all of them, and spread from the mound of the big toe to the small. Put weight into your heels. Go wide through your arms and breathe. Then we're going to the right hand side, so you're going to turn your left foot in a bit. Turn the right leg out to a 90 degree so that the right heel's in alignment with your left inner arch. This is my left side. I'm just mirroring you. So when you watch me, right, this should be your right side. So now Utthita Trikonasana, triangle pose. Press the left heel bone down. And then reach out over the right side. Bring your left hand to the left waist. Now use the brick. Put your fingertips on that brick there at your right. And when you do, stand into the legs, turn the chest towards the ceiling. And then you can start to find out, gosh, could I take that brick lower? Well, first of all, put the palm flat. Stand in the two legs. Then go on, flip the brick to the medium height. Fingertips on the brick. Stand in the two legs. You can bring your whole palm down to flat to take you a little bit deeper. Stand in the two legs, right? And then if you don't think you need the brick, take a hold of your shin bone just above the ankle. Now take your left arm up, palm facing me. Press the left heel down and inhale. Lift from that left arm, come to standing. Turn the feet forward. Change sides. So the right foot turns in, the left leg turns out. Align front heel to back arch. Lengthen out with the left hand and put your hand on the tall brick. Right hand on the right waist. Be on the fingertips, look forward, press the right heel down, and stand in the two legs. Pressing the right heel, turn the chest to the right. Now experiment a little. Maybe the whole palm can go flat. Maybe you can flip that block to the medium height and put your fingertips on the block. And you might say, no, I can't. I need the tall block. And that's okay. Then you use the tall block. You might be able to take the whole palm flat and press the right heel down. Or you might hold on to your shin bone just above the left ankle. Press the right heel down. Then reach up through the right arm, palm faces me. Press the right heel, inhale, lift from that arm and come to standing. Turn the feet forward and jump. Tadasana. So now you get to decide. Are you going to use those bricks for the second round? Maybe. Your choice. Inhale, jump. So, it's not like you get extra points in a yoga practice for being flexible. Turn to the right. People say all the time to me, oh, you teach yoga. Well, I would do yoga, but I'm not flexible. Well, that's the reason to practice, is you build flexibility in the body. And not even so much that. Come over to the right, but you build awareness in the body, which is really what yoga asana is about. It's not about completing the pose to the fullest degree, because frankly, that never happens. But it's about building awareness in your body, and taking these different shapes allows us to do that. Inhale, lift from the left arm, come up, turn the feet forward, change sides. Press the right heel, spread wide through the arms, and then exhale, come out over that left leg. And when you reach your destination there, hands down on something, press the right heel down and stand in the two legs. Keep the right heel pressing, inhale, lift from the right arm, come to standing, turn the feet forward, jump, Tadasana. Look straight forward at the level of your eyes, but keep the eyes soft. Utthita Parsva Konasana. Now again, we're going to do with bricks, and then we're going to do without. So inhale, jump. Feet wide now, under the hands. Turn the legs to the right. Now, you just put your hands on your hips. We're going to bend the right leg to a square. Bear weight in that heel. Then take your hand down to the medium brick. Typically, the tall brick's too high for this pose, for almost everyone I've seen. So I'd really prefer you to keep the brick on medium. I think you'll get more out of it. So you can put the whole palm down now. Your fingers can hang off, okay? You can look down at your right leg, roll the right leg into a straight right arm. Keep that pressure, look forward towards me, and press the left heel down, roll the left shoulder back, stand in the two legs. Now reach the left arm straight up, keep standing in the two legs. So it's not like your right hand is bearing a ton of weight. It's there more for support, not for weight bearing. Then inhale, lift from the left arm, come up. Oh, we didn't go to the floor, but we will on the second side. Turn the feet forward, or second round, I should say. Turn the legs to the left. Bring your hands on your waist, bend the left leg, come down, put the brick on the medium height, fingers hang off, palm of the hand, heel of the hand is on. That brick should be right under your shoulder. Now, keep the bend of the leg, weight in the heel, roll the knee, press the leg back into a straight left arm, then keep it and turn your chest forward. Keep that left leg, press the right heel down so the right thigh goes back. Then again, stand in the two legs. Feel how that left hand isn't really like, oh, that's where all my weight is, right? You could actually kind of lift it up if you're standing in your legs. Take the right arm up, stand in the two legs, then press the right heel and inhale, lift from the right arm, come to standing. Turn the feet forward, take a breath, and jump. Tadasana. Now, Utthita Parsva Konasana, second time, and we'll play around with not using the brick, okay? Inhale, jump. Turn to the right. Let's keep the arms outstretched now. Bend the right leg, bear weight in the heel. Bring the right hand down, go first to the brick, stand in the two legs. Now keep the right leg bending. Remove the brick and reach your fingertips down. Maybe you can push into the fingertips and continue standing in the two legs. Keep that left arm reaching up. Then inhale, lift from the left arm, come to standing. Turn the legs forward. Change sides. Now bend the left leg as you do, bear weight in the heel. Bring the hand down to the brick first. Stand in the two legs. Then remove the brick, put your fingertips down. Left knee into left arm, stand in the two legs and reach up through the right arm. Then inhale, lift to standing. Turn the legs forward. And exhale to jump. Tadasana. So now we're going to set the bricks aside. And we're going to take Virabhadrasana 2, which is Warrior 2. Okay? Start in Tadasana. Relax the shoulders. Find that gaze again. Feel how that gaze is something you can keep coming back to in Tadasana, like a home base. So Tadasana can be like a home base pose where you're reorganizing, rebalancing. But the gaze and the settling of the gaze is like a home base for your brain, psychologically, so that any stress or strain that comes to the brain can find ease now. Doesn't mean the body's just like, right? You still have awareness, but with a calm mind. Warrior 2. Inhale, jump. Now, we're going to start, first we make sure we have that distance. Now, hands on the waist. Roll the corners of the shoulders back. Stand on the legs. Turn the legs to the right. Now, the right leg turns out. Keep it as you press the left heel down and turn the chest forward. And as you exhale, begin to bend the right leg. Bear weight in the heel bone and bend. Now we're bending to the right, so the brain goes to the right. Keep that bend, look forward, and bear weight in the left heel bone also, so the chest points forward. Then straighten the right leg, turn the legs forward, change sides. So we're doing with the hands on the waist, so that's important to know that if you are someone who has shoulder injuries or pain in the shoulders or neck, then you practice this way, right? Now, bear weight in the right heel, turn the chest forward, and bend the left leg to a square. Bear weight in the left heel. Feel even now, the knee kind of still rolls back as if your arm was there like the previous pose. Maintain the left leg. Bear weight in the right heel bone, turn the chest forward. Then straighten the left leg. Turn the legs forward. Exhale, jump. Tadasana. Now with the arms. So go wide with the legs, but now go wide with the arms. Relax the shoulders, turn the legs to the right. So bear weight in the left heel. Bend the right leg to a square. Bear weight in the right heel. And the left heel. And turn the chest forward and breathe. See that the gaze again is just restful and straightforward. Inhale, lift to standing. Turn the feet forward. Change sides. Bend to a square. Weight in the left heel. Now weight in the right heel. Spread wide across the arms. Inhale, lift to standing. Turn the feet forward. Fingertips together. Take a breath. Exhale. Jump. Tadasana. Now we're going to take just half of a forward bend. It's called Ardha. Ardha means half. Uttanasana. We've done this previously. I'm going to hold these rope rungs. Feet a little forward of my hips, and I lift the knees and pull the hips back. You can also have your hands like on a dining room table or the back of a sofa, kitchen counter, you know. Crown of the head should point forward. This outer groin region, the top of my leg, should feel like someone's pulling that region back. Spread the mounds of the foot, the ball of the foot, right? So you can see that your kneecaps pull up here. They should shrug up, not just hang back, right? See that lift there for yourself in your own legs. Soften the jaw, breathe. Then walk forward with your inhalation. Come out. Then come back to your mat. Parsvottanasana is next. So now, jump. The feet don't have to be quite as wide as they were for that previous pose, for Virabhadrasana 2. So you see they're kind of under my wrists now. Bring the hands to your waist, roll the shoulders back. Now we're going to turn to the right side. So first I turn my left foot in. I turn the right leg out. Then I turn my chest. You guys should have done this. I'm sure you have in those first two sequences. I turn that back foot more. Keeping my chest turning right, press the outer left heel down and lift through the left knee. And again, turn the chest to the right. The work is that back leg. Buttock flows down to the back heel. As I turn my chest, this outer left thigh moves forward. The inner upper left knee rolls back towards my prop wall here. Roll the shoulders back, and as you press into the left heel, lift the chest. Forward and up at that diagonal. I'm kind of looking where the wall meets the ceiling now. Mound of the front right big toe presses down. Then come back to center. Turn to the other side. Left foot turns, or right foot turns in, left leg turns out. Pivot on the mound of that foot. Even if you have to release your arms for balance or something, that's fine. Then look forward. Straighten the back right leg. So what does that mean? That means lift through the kneecap again, heel down. Then, watch. I turn my chest to the left, and this outer left thigh will follow, or outer right thigh, pardon me, will follow. Inner upper right knee moves back towards my wall ropes. Bear weight in the mound of the left big toe. And again, roll the shoulders back and down. So the center chest lifts forward and up at that diagonal, right? So I'm kind of looking at the top of my prop rack there so that I get the chest to lift. I don't want to hang back. I want to press that back heel down. Then I look forward. Fingertips together, exhale, jump, Tadasana. We're doing just that again. Jump, turn to the right. Get that back leg, the shoulders, and exhale. Turn the chest to the right, mound of the right big toe down. The lift of the knees creates firmness in the outer leg, outer thigh region. And from there, feel how the center chest almost presses forward and up. Come to center, change sides. Mound of the left big toe down. Outer legs firm. Should almost feel like someone's hands are at the top of your thigh bones, keeping you stable and at the center. Then come back to center. Jump. Prasarita Padottanasana. We did this the last time, so you're going to go wide. Now feet go wider. You want them more way out under your hands. This is the widest standing pose, the widest leg apart standing pose. So when the hands come to your waist, spread the mounds of the foot, right? Get that lift of your knees, buttock down. Now we're going to come only halfway down, but first, Roll the corners of the shoulders back, heels down, buttock down, chest lifting forward and up at that diagonal again. Now, keep your heels down, take a breath, and exhale, come forward, keep those heels down. Bring your spine to be parallel with the ground, roll the shoulders back, then heels down, inhale, come up. So the flesh of the buttock should feel like it's tethered to your heels. Inhale again, roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, come halfway down, heels down. Inhale, back up. Fingertips together and exhale, jump. Tadasana. Now, just for fun, just to get accustomed, we're going to do all those poses one time again, not holding them for really any time at all. We're just going to go in and out and then back. Okay? Here we go. Utthita Trikonasana. Have the bricks if you need them. Turn to the right. And come on out over that right leg. Press the left heel bone, reach through your left arm and look forward. Inhale, come up. Change sides. Press the right heel bone. Exhale out over the left leg. Press the right heel bone, look forward, right arm up. Inhale, come to standing. Turn the legs forward. Jump. Tadasana. Inhale, jump for Utthita Parsvakonasana. Quite a wide stance for this pose now. Turn the legs to the right. Exhale, bend the right leg to a square. Right fingertips either on the ground or use a brick. Press the left heel and spread wide through the arms. Press the left heel, inhale, lift that left arm, come to standing, change sides. So you just want to kind of touch each of the poses that's come before. Left heel, left leg bends. Left hand down, stand into your right heel, turn the chest, reach the right arm. Inhale, come to standing. Take a breath, exhale, jump. Tadasana. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Inhale, jump. Turn the legs to the right. Now press the left heel, wide arms. Exhale, bend to a square. Press, stand into both heels. Inhale, come to standing, turn the feet forward, change sides. Exhale, bend the left leg, stand into both heels. Inhale, pull from the right arm, turn the legs forward. Take a breath and exhale, jump. Tadasana. Parsvottanasana. Inhale, jump. Now we're not quite as wide. Feet under your wrists, hands to the waist. Roll the shoulders back and down. Really catch the lift of the chest in this pose because we use it, right? Then in Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale and exhale, turn the chest, mound to the right big toe down. Look forward and up. Come to center, change sides. Inhale and exhale, turn the chest, mound to the left big toe. Chest forward and up. Come back to center. No, we're not going to jump. We're just going to go a little wider. Become familiar with here. Now, from that last catch those actions again. Spread the mounds of the foot, heels down. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, and now as you exhale, come halfway forward. Keep the heel bones down, shoulders back, elbows up. Inhale, back up. Do that again. Lift the chest, and then exhale, come forward halfway, heels down. Inhale, back up. Heel, toes, step, or jump. Tadasana. Okay, so now you can just set your props aside. We're going to take the mat to a wall. So take the narrow edge of your mat, put it against a wall. Make sure that wall is clear. And we're going to lie on the back. Start with your knees a little bit bent, kind of close to the wall. Lie back in the center of your mat. Now, from there, put your heels against the wall. Legs should still be bent. But we're going to begin to press the heels into the wall. And you might be able to see from my clothing, it's kind of pulling my pants that way. That's okay. I want you to feel that the soft tissue of the buttock flesh is being dragged away from your lower back towards the wall. Relax the abdomen. Bring the hands to the sides of the mat and pull out, and as you do, also spread the mounds of your foot against the wall. So from the big toe mound to the small toe mound, press and spread. Feel the upper arm bones turn out. Now again, observe when you pull the mat to the sides, look for that grip that comes in the middle thoracic spine, right? So that's kind of the region of a bra strap is kind of right in the middle of your upper back. That's the area I'm talking about. Feel how that area hugs in a little bit to broaden across the chest beneath the collarbones. Now from there, hug your right leg in. Relax the abdomen. Just relax and hug that shin bone in and down. Feel the neck soft, the shoulders soft. And maintaining that right leg nice and soft and relaxed. You still have your left foot there on the wall. So again, left heel bone presses the wall. It's kind of like step A. Now step B is spread the mounds of the left foot against the wall also. So your left leg's the active leg. The right leg is the passive leg. Then change side. So just relax and pull that left leg nice and close. Then push the right heel into the wall and then spread the mounds of the right foot against the wall. Right leg active, left leg passive. Then release that, bend both legs, and hug both legs in now. Interlock the fingers around the shin bones. Pull those shin bones straight down. So the whole entire back and your hips stay on the ground. Breathe. So as you breathe now, right, the knees are coming close. The abdomen's relaxed. So can you feel your breath in your side ribs? Feel how the breath expands horizontally in the trunk of the body. Use that, maintaining that expansion even as you exhale. Now, put the feet flat on the floor. We're going to roll to the right hand side, press the floor away and come up. Now we're going to take Vajrasana. So what I want you to have are 2 blankets to start with today. So you're going to open one blanket up, kind of halfway like that. So it's a long rectangle, and lay it down on your mat. Right? And then take a second blanket and just open it up to the square that you probably stored in beside you. Knees together, ankles and feet together. So your big toes are reaching straight back behind you, keeping your outer ankles in. Now, here's the thing. Some people have a hard time sitting this way with their buttock bones all the way on their heels. So, and for everyone, I want you to start with this other blanket. So I'm going to put the blanket on my calves. I'm going to put my head on the ground so that you can see from the side. If I don't put my head on the ground, this joint is closed up. But if I put my head on the ground, not only does this joint open up, but the musculature, those tendons and ligaments here behind my knees, soften. And when they soften, and I put this blanket there, then that blanket can act as a true spacer in my knee joint. So I want everyone to set up this way. Now, if your knees are pained to bend this much, what you do, and you'll have to, kind of work with this on your own and start to figure out, well, how much do I need? How much height? The first thing is you could start with a second blanket. So you just kind of double the width of that blanket. That's first. And then that's about as deeply thick as you want these blankets behind your knees. If still it's uncomfortable, you start adding things between your buttock and your heel. So like a bolster. And then in time, or maybe just another blanket, but then you'll start to figure out how much height you need there, if you need any at all. Some of you are going to think, why are we using a blanket? I can just sit on my heels. And I understand that. But I'm telling you, it will be nice for your knees as time goes on that you make this space. So I would suggest using one blanket anyway today. Let your hands rest on your top thighs. Feel the two buttock bones descend on top of the two heel bones. Those are two sets of round bones. Feel how those two round bones balance right on top of one another. So you're not back, you're not forward, you're right at the center. Vajrasana. Now, look forward, crown of the head pulling up, buttock bones, tailbone descending. We're going to interlock the fingers again and turn the palms forward. Your thumbs can touch. Same as we did to start the class off with. When you're seated, this is called Parvatasana. You don't really have to know that, but that's the story. If it's too much on your hands, you either hold a brick or you could hook your thumbs. So that also works, and then you inhale and lift the arms up. But if you can do those palms interlocked, fingers interlocked, I want you to do that. Lift out of the waist, descend the buttock bones down. Breathe. Arms forward and down and change sides. Let the hands rest. Now we're going to come forward, and this is called Yogi Mudrasana, or Adho Mukha. Keep the hips down. Adho Mukha Vajrasana or Yogi Mudrasana in Vajrasana. You want to keep the hips down. Keep the buttock flesh down. Walk the hands forward. Relax the abdomen. The head may or may not come to the ground. It's okay either way. I'm going to show that to the side so you see what I mean. This region, the outer hips, I want you to keep that region down. You can even use your thumbs there to do that. It'll want to get light right in here, right? So what do? So choose to put your hands forward to keep the hips down and relax the abdomen. More preferable to keep this down and work to, these are my side ribs, work to lengthen the side ribs forward in order to gently and slowly over time keep lengthening to bring yourself down. Head may go to a brick. That's fine. Or a shorter brick or a blanket. Or in time, with some length, the head will come down. But what I want you to really please avoid is that temptation to get your head down and the hips lift. It won't take you anywhere. It'll just give the ego a little bit of satisfaction in the moment. So avoid that, okay? All right, so now come on back up. Set the blanket aside that's behind your knees. Swing the legs forward. And we're going to sit in swastikasana. So cross the legs. Lift your hips a little bit so that when you sit the buttock down, the buttock descends, outer hips down. Feet under the knees. Hold on in front of the knees and turn the upper arm out, shoulder blades onto your back. Now, same thing here. Bring the hands together, interlock the fingers, lift up. If you cannot, you hook your thumbs or you hold a brick. But now lift out of the side waist. Feel how now, again, this Parvatasana is teaching these side ribs how to lift and lengthen. Now take the arms forward and down. Remember how you crossed your fingers, right? You got to remember which index finger is on top. Now take the hands down, hips, buttocks stays down. Relax the abdomen and lengthen those side ribs to bring yourself forward. Relax the abdomen, take your time. Head comes down, you can put your head on a tall brick, medium brick, no brick, bolsters, whatever you need. But the same rule applies. I want you to keep those hips down so that space comes in the side body, in the hips. Keep your breath moving, abdomen soft. And then come back up. Hands a little behind the hips, straighten both legs, and now you're going to switch the crossing of your legs. So switch the crossing of the legs. Bring the hands in front of the knees, shoulder blades on the back, buttock down. Do you remember how you crossed your fingers? Put the other index finger on top. Parvatasana, or if you're doing your thumbs, it's the other thumb on top, right? Now, lift and lengthen up. Teach those side ribs how to lift out of the waist. Here as well, abdomen has to be soft to make an allowance for that to happen. Okay, then take the arms forward and down, hips down, come forward, Yogi Mudrasana in Swastikasana. Take your time, keep those side ribs rolling forward. Rest the head or take the head down, your choice. And then inhale and come back up. So from here, this is a new pose, I believe, in this sequence today. So hands at my sides, I'm going to push the buttock to the heels, set the buttock down. Then I'm going to spread the mounds of the foot and get upright on my buttock bones. You remember earlier when we were sitting on our heels, I said the heel bones are round, the buttock bones are round. You got to find that exact round spot at the very apex so that you're directly upright. Same is true here. You've got two round buttock bones. You don't want to sit at the back of them. My abdomen's hardening because I'm back there, right? You don't want to sit way at the front of them. Now my low back and my abdomen are hardening. But instead, I got to find the very center. So that poses a problem for some people when your hamstrings are tight because it's pulling you this way, right? And you think, how am I going to do that? Well, you sit on blankets if you need them. If you don't need them, well, then you don't need them, so it's pointless, right? But if you need them, you fold a blanket up and you sit up on that blanket. Hands at your sides, and you want to, again, look for that place. It's helpful to start with your knees bent. Look for that place that you're directly upright on those two buttock bones. Your pelvis is sitting directly upright like a bowl. It's not spilling water out of the back of the bowl. It's not spilling water out of the front of the bowl. It's directly upright. If you're not sure, you go back to Vajrasana and you start to figure it out here. Not back, not forward. So that then you can straighten the legs, heels push away, mounds of the foot spread, so the kneecaps lift. Hands at your sides, roll the shoulders back and spread the palm against either the blankets that you're sitting on or if you're on the floor. Spread the palms against the floor. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. The arms should go to straight. There's a few exceptions, and there are some exceptions, but they're small, in that sometimes people's arms are too short or too long. My arms are quite long, but I can still straighten them. But when I do, watch what happens. You see the chest lifts, and that's good. That's what we want. So Dandasana. Now we're going to take the legs up the wall. We've done this in previous classes. So get to a wall space and buttock bones close to the wall. So if you think about what you just did in Dandasana, sitting upright like that, that's called staff pose, by the way. It's the same shape here, right? So if you need blankets under your buttock for Dandasana, you probably need a little space away from the wall for this pose, which is called Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, meaning legs overhead or legs upright, or just legs up the wall, okay? So when you lie back, push up through the heels, the buttock flows in that direction, and then spread the mounds of the foot, big toe to small toe, so that you get your kneecaps to lift. And then you rest there for a little bit of time. Now, if you can bring the buttock all the way to the wall, that's fine, then you do. You should feel like your buttock bones are neither lifted up the wall nor falling down towards the floor. Instead, it should feel as though there's like an energetic action of the skin of the buttock flowing to the heels. And when you spread the mound of the foot, there's an energetic action of the outer leg hugging in a little bit, of the back of your thigh where your hamstrings are, spreading wide from the inner leg to the outer leg. Let your head rest. You can rest the hands on the abdomen, but feel that the abdomen recedes. You see, my front ribs are prominent, my hips are prominent, but the abdomen relaxes. You can let the eyes close. You can let the eyes close, but bring your breath into the sides of body. And just rest there for a little while. By the way, if you're someone who's on your feet a lot during the day, this pose is a wonderful standalone pose that if you're just on your feet a lot, you can come home, swing your legs up the wall for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's incredibly recuperative to your legs and your ankles and feet so that there's no swelling that comes there. Now then, cross your legs again into Swastikasana. Center shin bones. You can use your hands at the legs to kind of roll the legs away, assuming that feels okay for you. And then straighten the legs and change the crossing of the shins. And now we're going to take this straight into final resting pose, Shavasana. I forgot to put a blanket on my mat, so I'm going to have to rock in order to get away from the wall because it is a sticky mat. That's okay. But if you have some forethought to that, you could put a blanket down. I just forgot. It can be useful at this stage. You see how I can bring my feet to the wall, heels to the wall, but hips distance now. And again, spreading the mounds of my foot, which keeps the buttock flowing in that direction, but the tailbone in. And it sort of gives me a way to understand how to set up when I come away from the wall. Heels away, mounds of the foot spread. But then once I turn the arms out, I just let the arms and legs relax. Let the face be soft. Be aware if it feels like your chin is lifting a lot. If that's the case, then you want to put a blanket under your head, either flat or folded in half, whatever it takes, so that the forehead flows towards the jaw, and the jaw flows towards the chest, right? That will allow, so in other words, turning the head slightly. That will allow the eyes to relax, the temples to soften, the jaw to release a little more, the throat to deepen and be hollow. And all those things help to relax the brain. We can literally build tension in our head and in our brain by poor placement of your head. But when the head is supported properly and the eyes close, you'll be able to get a sense that there's a width behind your eyes, like you're looking out at a really beautiful wide landscape. And the difference is you're looking inward at a very beautiful wide landscape. Become aware of the shoulders falling back towards the earth. Become aware of the weight of the body against the earth, from the weight of your head to the shoulders and arms, to the ribs and the trunk of the body, the hips, pelvis, to the weight of the femur bones, your thigh bones. Be aware of where the calves rest against the ground and the heels of the foot. In your mind's eye, you can almost see the impression the body might make on the earth as you rest there, allowing your weight to surrender further and more. Shavasana is a pose just like any other pose, and it takes time to learn how to completely surrender. And just like any pose, it's never really complete. There's always more. There's always more to discover and learn. Surrender and let go completely and fully, total. Be patient with that process of letting go. Just a few more moments here now. And then bring the hands to rest on the frontal body. Bend your left leg, left foot on the floor, and take your right arm overhead to some degree, so that when you push with your left foot and roll into the right hand side, your right arm can catch your head. Place the left hand on the ground, look down, push the floor away, and come up. and come back to sitting. That's all for today. I'll see you next time. Namaskar.